Welcome back to Honest Straightforward Reviews. Guys, I'm super excited today to bring to you guys a review of this company called Buckle and Band. Now, they have approached me themselves to do a review on these products, so they have provided these products to me. However, in my email, I made it very, very clear that I would not be giving them a favorable review, and they were quite happy and pleasant in regards to that, and they've been very communicative. I really liked it. A lot of companies, especially smaller companies such as Buckle and Band, but not Buckle and Band, what they do is, as soon as you have any sort of criticism towards them, they take it in a very unprofessional and a very bad manner. I have had companies just drop out and not correspond with me at all. There's another company called Longvedon which comes to mind a lot, and they had approached me to do a review of a few of their bands, and I wasn't too happy with their bands, and they just dropped off. And I did, before I did the review, I did approach them and say, look, these are the issues that I'm facing with these bands. What do you think? And they just dropped out of and I made a few contacts to them, but they never got back. But anyways, let's get this review underway. Now, Buckle and Band, not a problem. They've got pretty good deals online in regards to their bands. I have no issues with that at all. However, if you're just looking for one band, they're not that enticing, especially their price can go up to where Apple is. And that makes it really hard to justify, because Apple's bands, as you know, hits a very nice, comfortable mark, where for 69 Australian dollars you can get a really good band that just works flawlessly with your Apple Watch. For example, the Solo Loop right now, and that's just such a beautifully crafted band. I've tried so many other companies' bands that have tried to replicate the same thing without success, and they have failed quite miserably. So let's look at Band and Buckle. They have a very good customer service. Their price for one item is not that good. However, if you're buying multiple items from them, they're quite reasonable. I don't mind them at all. Now, let's look at what is a sports loop band. Something similar to that. So this is the sports loop. So very nice. I like it. Don't mind it at all, especially the color. It's got a bit of a genuine leather strapped onto it, and it's got silicone at the back. As you can see, I have had use of these bands. As you can see, there's marks deteriorating and things like that. Now, the band, the two critique I would like to give in regards to this band is this part feels very flimsy. Okay, after use, it's very flimsy. As you can see, that's completely straight, and that's a weak link over here. I don't know if over time this will break off. The second thing, which was a major concern for myself, is every time this goes in, it's quite easy for this to pop right back out. I've got the sports loop, and it's not that easy for that to come out. As you saw, that's just a little bit of fiddling with it, and it just came right off. Other than that, it's comfortable enough. It's nowhere as soft as a Apple product. So this is the Solo Loop, as you can see, and I can't convey in words how soft and luxurious this is. This is just way softer material compared to this guy. So as you can see, it's quite stiff. I think it's mostly the silicone, if it is silicone or rubber, and not because of the leather, because genuine leather is very thin and paper-like, and it wouldn't. So as you can see, like, it's just different. See how much it goes, you can bend it by with the Solo Loop. So bear those in mind. So the criticism and feedback I'd like to give to Band and Buckle in regards to this particular item is, if you're going to make it and you're going to go up against Apple, you have to make it stand out, not only in material and cost, but it really needs to work. So I don't know if this review unit was the problem here, so there might have been a problem with this part and not clasping into the holes properly. But that's the criticism, and it's not, it's in regards to comfort, it's fine, it's not that bad, but that coming off is not going to be really good when you're trying to work out. Let's look at the second band. So this is a leather band. Now at first glance I was quite impressed by it. Why it impressed me is because I have tried so many leather bands with my Apple Watch, and they, other than Apple, they're quite disappointing in it that the leather is some cheap Chinese leather that everyone from that factory manufactures, and they're tough and they're like they just don't work really well around your wrist. So instead of it curving around your wrist, the leather is so tough it would stick out like this, and it wouldn't be really comfortable and practical, and it'll make your Apple Watch sit high a little bit, and it wouldn't scan your heartbeat correctly either. And I was really optimistic about this. This feels soft, this feels good, nothing wrong with that. It looks really good as well once you have it onto your Apple Watch. They slide in fine into the Apple Watch, no issues there at all. This part is very cheap. I don't feel like they've done this, but that's genuine leather. Genuine leather is cheap like that. What I'll do is I'll give you guys a preview of this, and this is Apple's genuine leather, which is not good anyway. So let's talk leather. So there's genuine leather right at the bottom, even though the name is quite misgiving. And the next up is top grain leather, even though it's not got the top grain on it, they take it off. And full grain leather is the absolute best, which is just the proper leather and it's cut to the piece, whereas genuine leather is just leather mashed together, you know. So this might be like small pieces of other leather. But first thing I want to demonstrate to you guys is the softness. See how it's curved over time of use? I have gotten this curve out of it by leaving it under a table, twisting it into a roll, rolling it up like this, and leaving it under one of the legs of the table to get that shape out of it, and still was not comfortable. Okay, now look at look at how easy it is to bend this. Okay, very easy. Okay, a lot more effort. Okay, a lot more effort into this to bend, get any bend out of this. So if you're going to go up against Apple, even though Apple doesn't do it anymore, they used to do it. Like, look, it's really old. This is from the first Apple Watch. Okay, so as you can see, it's quite damaged as I've used it, because genuine leather is just bad. You can't look after it. If it was full grain, it's a different story. But having said that, I was left quite disappointed with this. It's the same cheap Chinese leather that you can buy from anyone. So all these leather bands that you can get out, and it's a really hard sell, because Apple does their leather bands. They still do a leather band, and they do it for 139 Aussie dollars. And that's not too bad. And for a small company to start that, the investment, the connections and everything like that, it's really hard to meet that price. So once it's hard enough to meet that $139 price and then meet the quality and then make money. But nobody's going to buy a third-party band for the same price as an Apple band. They'll most likely, unless if the third-party band is completely out of this world and it's so impressive and everything is so well done and it's very unique Apple hasn't done it. But when it's copying something that Apple's done, not copying in the sense one for one, but it's doing the same sort of thing, it's really hard to go up against them. Apple has really undermined everyone else. And look at that. Look at this. How well is this built? Just the little, how well is that built compared to this thing? Like, this just feels like a piece of paper. Now I'll give you another example of this. This is leather as well. They don't do it anymore either. So look at it. Look at how soft and how easy it is to turn this. Okay. And check this out. It doesn't bend at all. It's so hard. And for I know I'm being quite harsh on buckle and band, but if you want to really succeed in this market, I think it's a very tough market to succeed in. But if you do want to succeed in this market, you will need to do something very unique from my standpoint. So if from the box unboxing, the box is not bad, you know, it's not something that I'm going to make that's going to make me buy it. But everyone's doing this magnet thing, you know, and it's not going to make me buy it. But what will make me buy it is something that's like this. Apple no longer does it, but is of the same quality, and I wouldn't care if it's a bit dear. If it was around $100, even $120, I would buy it, Aussie dollars. But 140 might be pushing it a bit. But that's where I can appreciate, as a small company, it can be so difficult to get into the market and get a successful business going. And you're not going, they're going to make money on millions of this being sold. They're not going to make money of one of this being sold. They're going to lose. So it's a really tough market to get into. I really appreciate that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I will be reviewing buckle and band 360 and long vidon together. If you guys would like to see that, please kindly do let me know in the comments below. Comment below, what did you think about this? What do you think about this company? They do give you quite a few good offers, like if you buy 2 bands you get the third one free, which I feel is good. But if you're not going to improve the quality, it makes my job very hard to recommend it. All right guys, thank you for watching it to the end. I hope you enjoyed it. Take good care. Bye bye.